Right, here we go, VooTubers. I thought we'd do this. Reality sinking in for Prince Harry after thinking he could have it all. Yes, I've got something to say, I have. Oh, I have, VooTube. Can't help myself. It's Monday night and I think I've got something to say. And I think we should all listen to this and we should have a little recce, or whatever it's called. Reconnaissance.
Now, one topic which keeps coming up over and over again is Harry's security.
Right.
And the circumstances in which that security is no longer
Esther Krakow. I love Esther.
But a letter from the Queen has surfaced this week. It's shed a little bit more light on all of this, hasn't it?
Yes. Of course it has.
Yes, so Edward Young, which you may remember is not a very favoured person according to Harry's book Spare. He described the late Queen's...
Sorry, darling. Sir Edward Young might not be very popular with Harry and Meghan, but guess what? He's a big bloody icon for us lot, isn't he? Yes, he is. He's the only one that stood up to those bleeding narcissistic pair of numpties.
Private secretary as
good old Sir Edward. Go on.
Middle-aged white man.
How bloody rude.
Apparently has an oval egg-shaped face.
Yes, unlike Harry, his bleed looks like Friar Tuck, and he's a middle-aged white man as well. Privileged as well. White privilege, yes. All over the pair of them.
Which is an interesting assessment because you could level those same descriptions that Prince Harry himself.
Oh, I haven't seen this, I swear to God.
Meghan and Harry
I do these verbatim.
security very seriously, and she also cited obviously the heightened risk that came with Princess Diana, and she said that she
look at the Queen. Oh, bless
obviously
her.
the Sussexes having round-the-clock security.
Oh my God. What's going on with her weave? Can you see what I can see? Yes. Bald patches. I'm not sure what's happening. We don't know what's happening there, do we, dears? No, and the housemaid's knees, most unbecoming. And I'm not talking about Queen Elizabeth, my dears. No, I'm not. I don't want to be a bitch. Because, listen, I'm the Queen of housemaid's knees. But guess what? I ain't a bleeding boil. Well, I probably am a boil, but I'm not that thing. Yes, I'm the Duchess of Muchness. Look at me, housemaid's knees. She didn't get them from doing housework, though, did she, my dears? No, she didn't. Anyway, moving swiftly on. Come on.
Their status within the royal family was being assessed.
Yes.
Now, obviously, this decision is not in the hands of the royal family. It's in the hands of REVEC, the Home Office committee responsible for the royal family security.
Yes. Can I stop you there? Because what annoys me about this whole debacle with Harry is the fact that he says he wants his IPP status, and his excuse is he was bullied out of the royal family, which he wasn't. Do you remember the Freedom Flight? We all know. I'm not going to stand here and waste my bleeding breath going on about it. We all know that's BS, right? And he says that he needs Metropolitan Police intelligence. But the thing is, there's something called an Osmond warning, yeah? Which means that if the police, the Metropolitan Police or any police force in Britain, gets any intelligence that somebody, and it could be somebody like me that cleans bloody toilets for a living. You don't have to be a prince. You could be literally anybody, yeah? They get an Osmond warning. If somebody has made threats against them or they've got intelligence to suggest they're under threat in some way. And at which point they will warn the person that you've got an Osmond warning. I think Katie Hopkins got an Osmond warning. Steve Lennon got an Osmond warning. There's a lot of various other people that have got Osmond warnings where the police have discovered intelligence to say there's a real and present threat against the said person, and then they galvanise some sort of protocol where the victim or the person threatened is protected. So what is he going on about? Because to start with, if he sets foot in this country, he straight away comes under royal protection. And if there's any real and present threat, he'll get an Osmond warning, which will give him even more protection. But apart from that, he's pretty much okay, isn't he? I mean, he's been going around the world for how many... When did he leave? I can't even remember. Was it 2019, 2020? I can't remember. But he's never off a bleeding private jet going here, going there, going everywhere. He's in every continent every year, isn't he? Come on, Esther. You have to forgive me, I'm a bit tired. I'm bored of this subject. Oh, that dress. That dress. are we ever, as women, ever going to get away with that dress? Eh? Are we ever going to get over it? What is going on with that dress, Futufuers? I mean, you know, oh yeah, emancipating women. Not looking like that, you ain't, love.
They
Go
looked at
on.
him like he wanted to kill him, and that he was
Count me
basically
out.
arguing with his family over his right.
Oh, look, I got to hold me mum. Hello.
Actually, the decision wasn't for members of the royal family; it was for a separate committee.
Yeah, it's BS.
So, you know, the Queen did obviously take the security of Meghan and Harry very seriously.
Yeah.
And that's been reflected by the reports of
Yeah, but she
her
didn't
late,
say anything, yeah.
her private secretary.
She
But-
just wanted them to have the right amount of security pertaining to their situation in life as they evolved from being working royals to private citizens. If you remember, he was just call me Harry, right? I'm going off my own private life. Like it's been, what is it, the Worldwide Privacy Tour. I can't, who did that? American animation. Yes, Family Guy, was it? I don't know, I don't watch that stuff, but it was hilarious, yeah? So the Queen, largely, said that they should have, you know, the amount of security that they need while they evolve or transcend or whatever it is they do. Or spin.
You know, Prince Harry is not.
Oh, what a tangled web I weave.
Point out that a lot of the public.
Look at me. Oh, these people, therefore. It's all about me. Look, I wasn't allowed to wear anything except beige. I can't help myself. Look at me, I'm beige, very beige.
This is someone who lives in the US.
I'm camel,
America's a
'cause I've
country,
got the
as we all know,
I'm
that,
beige.
You know, you have the right to bear arms. You can be shot walking into Walmart. You know, as we've seen in the University of Nevada this weekend.
Just ridiculous,
you
the
could be
pair of
shot
them.
Because,
They're just spinning a bloody yarn because they want IPP status and they want the global world taxpayers for whatever country they dine their presence with to pay for it. A load of old hooey. And they want to get away with bleeding murders, the pair of them. I mean, not literally. I'm talking metaphorically. Okay, Futu? Come on.
The professor didn't have a job offer
Yes.
from a particular university.
Right.
He feels comfortable in the US because he has access to
He went to a bloody
armed
rodeo
security.
where they're all
But in
walking
the
around with
UK,
guns, all
he
packing
doesn't have that kind of
pistols.
access because firearms are regulated differently. And
Oh, look at
firearm
Woko.
officers-
Hello, I'm channeling Woko. Look at me. And I actually see this, and I've watched it a fair few times. Yes, over the last few years. And if you look at them, they do look like they've had a nasty night the night before. They do, the pair of them in this particular. Yes! There's a couple like this when they were in Britain that they had to turn up to represent veterans and they look like they just rolled out of bed. And I'm entitled to my opinion.
a
You
completely
see, I
different
am.
section of public life.
I've got a terrible
now,
cold.
The misconception here is that if he's in the UK, he will receive no
feel like
security
bleed
and that he will not be
deaf all
protected.
up, I
That
do.
is actually not the case.
No.
So most celebrities, like the Beckhams and anyone who's wealthy enough to afford private security, have a private security detail
Yes.
that is often assisted by the police as and when.
Exactly. Thank you, Esther. Exactly. Thank you, Esther. That is the point I'm making. Everybody, it doesn't matter who you are, if the police get intelligence to say there's some real and present threat against you, they issue what's called an Osman warning. And then straight away, you are awarded, or whatever, extra security with the Metropolitan Police Force. So you don't need IPP status. You do not. No. No, not unless you want to be a bit, what Michael? Nefarious.
Relevant, or they become exposed. So in the
Yeah.
case of Holly Willoughby, for instance, it was
Yes.
actually the conjunction between her private security and the police that
Yes.
revealed a plot by someone who's basically trying to stalk and harm
Which
her.
would have been an Osman warning. But she's just not saying the words, but that's what it's called under English law. You know, if they get any sort of intelligence, that anything, it could be something really minor, but the slightest thing, they will issue an Osman warning and then they will galvanise the whole, I don't know what it is, they've got some protocol that they will then give you extra security and make sure you're safe. And the person that's threatened you doesn't get anywhere near you.
And now obviously that case is ongoing. But to paint this picture that he wouldn't receive any security is not the case.
No,
it
it's not.
it was going to be on as
BS.
and when needed basis. So he wouldn't
BS.
get the 24/7 security that working members of the royal family get. He would get security basically as and when he needed it. And it's also important to point
he
out
should.
that Prince Andrew doesn't receive that kind of security.
No, and the Queen's oldest grandson, Peter Phillips, doesn't get it. Nor does Zara, nor does Beatrice, nor does Eugenie. Even, what's her name? The Princess Royal, Princess Anne. She only gets this enhanced security when she's working. The rest of the time, she just gets on with her life. Probably she does have a certain amount of security, because you don't want weirdos, do you? Gatcombe Park, I mean, But yeah, it's just rubbish. And as I've said on a number of uploads, he's the one going around the world, hopping on a private jet here, dropping off in this country, in this continent, this private island, going, oh, look at me, I need security. Oh, everywhere I go, I need security. I'm at a rodeo, I need security. I need all this IPP status. Yes, I do. Oh, I'm in a catastrophic car chase in Manhattan. I am at 10 o'clock at night. Oh, I need security everywhere I go. Every time I go to England, I can't take my kids there. I can't. And anyway, when I was over there in the Jubilee, yeah, oh, we had a bulletproof bleeding limousine, we did. Going up the Mall, yeah, we could take our kids, it was so dangerous. And the muchness bloody wound the window down, bleeding daft ball. Anyway, I've had enough. And as I always say, I think I probably said too much. Bye-bye now.